everyone, welcome to Tuesday and the Hall Pass with Two Dog Big, Bad Dog, and Good Dog downstairs. It's time for Thrift It or Throw It. What would you do? One of our favorite shows. We try and pull this together every month. A big let's say hello to everybody after I say hello to the downstairs Good Dog of the Jungle. Why are you doing what's that?
I'm being a jungle person.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Bye.
I don't know.
Goodbye. No. I don't know what you're doing either. So
your volume sounds a little soft.
Well, I haven't changed my volume at all, so maybe you can check and see. Let us know what the volume sounds like to everybody downstairs.
Maybe it's my volume here.
It's probably your volume downstairs.
Oh,
hey, happy Tuesday.
Plenty. There we go.
Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's March is going okay. March sort of came in a bit like a lion, and right now it's like dying like a lamb to the slaughter for us. Our sales are down tremendously. We've got a few sales, and they all happen to be in the cheap seats, let's say. So not that I don't mind. We have 40 or 50% of our items are in the cheap seats, and it's nice to actually have those.
On the plus side, we did have time to finish our max sold.
Yes, so. That on the plus side, we did finish our max sold, and it is launched. It is live, and it will be ending a week Thursday. So we'll be doing a live auction end on that next Thursday, and we're working on our next max sold already. So we're trying to ramp those up for spring now that people aren't going to trip all over the snow in front of our houses. Let me say a big hi first to everybody. Hey, Janet, for being first in here. She got a virtual biscuit because they didn't know what else to give her being first in here.
That sounds dirty.
It does it? Donna, Marianne.
You got a biscuit.
Linda. Hey, Becky. I think you're still going to Brimfield, aren't you, Becky? Just wanted to check and see. Heather, I think you're going to Brimfield, too. We're still not sure. Diana, Mr. Greg, and Kathy, probably. Joel, our Niagara Falls buddy. And you're actually going to see some stuff here that we looked at and might have thrifted or might have thrown when we were with Joel down on our little trip a couple of weeks ago. Brian, hey Holly and Lisa, how you doing? Nelly, I am quiet. Oh. No, Craig is lower volume than Rick's. So what did I do?
Do you have the right speaker selected?
I didn't do anything. We had a
call. You had that Google call earlier. It might have changed your speaker away from the blue snowball.
You remembered it's Tuesday. Hey, Don, let me just see if I can figure this out because this is, that's good. Slow sales, but up 28% is good. Hey, Angelique and Paul, haven't seen you in a little while, I don't think. Let me just see if I can figure out what do I have to do for my speaker. I don't know what to do. I'm not loud enough, though. I could talk louder. I'm not sure how I would fix the mic.
Click on the 3 dots beside your name in the picture down below.
Okay, there's my name. Edit audio avatar, stop mic and cam, or edit name.
I think it's edit mic. I have a different menu. I have edit mic settings.
I don't. I have mute mic. Unmute mic. Solo layout.
Okay, I'm going to turn your volume up to 200 here on my thingy.
Okay, wait. It says here I'm in the Bluetooth. With
the blue snowball?
Blue snowball.
Okay.
It's got echo cancellation. Automatically adjust mic volume.
All right. Well, I've upped your volume here, so that should work. Okay.
I'm always loud. Thank you so much, Linda.
I concur. You are very loud. I'm proud.
Hey, Becky. Yep, Heather's gonna be getting her ready for it, and Becky's getting ready for it. Hey, Greg. Weekend good, but slow yesterday. We're actually gonna do our first. Thank you, Angelique, for confirming. Thanks as well. We're actually gonna go for our first trip down to the States. Yay! In about 3 weeks. Hey, Holly. Hello. In about 3 weeks. We've been out I've been out a couple of times over the past 2 days. Our mask mandates in Ontario have gone down to nothing. Well, except parts of Mississauga, and I think Brampton and Burlington still have them, so it's a little weird, but mostly you don't have to wear them. The nice thing is 90% of the people are still wearing all their masks. So I've been in grocery stores, I've been thrifting, and masks are still with a lot of people. So that is something that is neat.
Well, the other thing you said, Craig, is that you felt that people were being very respectful if there were people not wearing.
Yeah, I took my mask off a couple of times, just took it off, and I felt like every eye on the place was like, doo, 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 doo. And no one said anything to me, but it felt weird not having the mask on and everybody looking at me. Still on time. Sherry's still on time away. Oh, Joel's been across against the toll. Oh, that's gone up a bit.
Is that Canadian or U.S., Joel?
Probably U.S. Where are we going? We're going to go right now to upstate New York. So Buffalo, Niagara Falls. That's our first little trip. Just across the border. And try and see what's loaded up at where we actually have a cross-border shipper address. We've had a few things drop off there in the past 2 years. Still hard to believe it's been 2 whole years. We have 5 or 6 or 7 packages there that we don't even know what they are. But we're not as bad as Adrian. Adrian has 40 or 50. He doesn't know what they are either. So this will be interesting, very interesting for us to find out. Hey, Sherry, thanks for popping in. So first thing I wanted to show you is actually a little video from our trip, which is something that we saw in this tiny little thrift store. I think it was in Niagara Falls, wasn't it, Rick? It was this one little thrift store in Niagara Falls. And you know how we always joke, usually in the Thrift Hall of Fail, we show these failed mannequin heads, which have been somebody who's obviously dropped out of the school where they were trying to, all these beauty school dropouts, went back to high school. Well, this person actually looked like they took advantage of it. And I just want to show you this great little video that we took in their actual shop. I just pop over here right now. This is it's actually one that really looked like a real thrift store / it was really fun. But take a look what they did here. They have they put all of their hats on mannequin heads. All sorts of mannequin heads. They actually have their whole wall filled on top of their CDs and DVDs with mannequin heads with all their baseball caps and everything like that on it. And the interesting thing was, I said to the guy, "Oh, that's a great setup. I love what you did. I guess you found a lot of these heads donated, wherever." And he said, "No, these were actually my mother-in-law's. She ran a beauty school, and when she closed it down, she said, I don't know what to do with these. So I took them." And he said, "My hat sales have increased by 30 to 50% since I put the hats on the heads." I thought, what a great idea. I never even thought about that. But I know if you ever, now you can think about it. I know that Donna has an antique booth or 2 coming up. But maybe think of it, if you've got see any of those heads and you actually have some funky hats, maybe it's a way for you to actually sell the hat. I never would have thought about using it as a sales point. But yeah, they are. And yeah, it's called Evergreen Thrift in Niagara Falls. It is a little weird, but it ends up working on as awesome. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, the pricing was actually pretty good in that store as well. It wasn't Toronto thrift store prices.
No, it was actually really neat. Kevin was asking, how much are they going to charge us? We honestly don't know. Normally, the cross-border shipper that we send to is called nyaddress.ca. And we also used to use a company called Connect, Kinek, .ca or .com. Connect is $3 a package. NY address was $2.95. Except normally they don't charge you extra unless you've kept something there for more than 3 months. Well, this has been 2 years. I did have something. We didn't have stuff arrive. Literally, we've had 3 things in the arrive since January, and we have not a clue what they are. We haven't had one person tell us they did not receive their item, and it is our return address. So it's a little on the strange side. So I don't know what it is. It's Oh God, that would be really creepy if their heads blinked as you walk by. So it's time for our fun little thrift it or throw it. What would you do? So, as always, is the type of the thing that we ask is there's lots of stuff that out there that we go and look at and we think this is neat. There's lots of stuff that we actually pass by that other people think are neat. And it's always interesting, always fun to see what you would do compared to what we would do. So we're going to start off. And the very first one we're going to start off with is this Lego Friends set. So when I look in the thrift stores, I'm always trying to find stuff that is in boxes, especially, and this is obviously in the game section. This was this huge Lego Friends set. And it's 41058. So that's one of the things that if you're thinking about is looking up. So it was $19.99. Now it looked like from the opened the box and it looked like a lot of it was there. It did look like it was tons of stuff, but obviously I could not figure or count every single thing that was in there. So this is, I think, the Heart Lake Mall, I guess, the Heart Lake Shopping Mall. So it's $19.99 was the price of it. So let me know what you think. Some people actually avoid this brand, the Lego Friends in general, because it is not necessarily as popular for a lot of people as the regular Lego sets are. It was Lego's way of trying to see if they could entice what they thought originally was more girls into playing with Lego instead of saying, well, let's do girls and let's put them in shopping malls. It's like they didn't need to really do that. They should have just thought about making something that was not necessarily, it didn't have to be girl friendly, but a lot of people would probably say, yeah, like my girls, we know children who are girls who do Legos, but they do Lego City. They don't have to do Lego Friends. So what do we got here? Thrift, but Lego Friends is slow seller for Marianne. Thrift, at that price, I'd look it up. Brian said, I counted the Lego people, $1 per minifigure. Throw it. Kevin says, too much. Thrift it. Thrift it for parts. No, Greg says throw. If it were unopened, it'll be no brainer at $19.99. Opened, I'd have to look it up first. Throw. Rick is not playing because he's not allowed to. So what did we do with the Lego Friends? We threw it. We didn't buy it. And one of the reasons we didn't buy it was because it's a perfect comment that Angelique actually made. If this was unopened, this would be a great potential buy. If I look it up again, 41058. So I can pop into eBay here and I'm going to put in here Lego Friends 40158. Now, if you look this up and you spell friends correctly, that actually helps. You'll be able to see 40158. I'm going to pop down here to sold items. Okay, let me just take out friends. Keep it in there. So it's interesting because Lego does actually use multiple the numbers on multiple things, which sometimes confuses me. In this case, if I copied the number down right, which I believe that I did, where is it? 41058. Aha, 41058. There we go. So there's the Lego Friends. If we go to highest first, $225 sealed, $240 sealed. But what happens when you take it out of the new side of things? So let's go down to here and let's go to used. Only 45 used versus 15. We drop into that section and look where we start dropping down in prices. $90. Now this is completed. So let's look at solds. And a lot of these look like they actually built for multiple things. Get that comment from Angela off there for a second. But you're looking here at 80, 59, 50, 39. Then it gets into pieces, 18, 14. So what we thought about when we looked at this was it's getting to be a bit of a risk not knowing how many things were sitting there in there missing from that. But speaking of Lego, let's look at our next item, which is this. Some of these we did videos for, some of them we didn't. So this is a video one. I don't know if this does anything if I go to here. It makes it a little smaller, so let's just go there. This was in the baggy aisle that you know I like to go to, and this was that thing right there. And yeah, that is also Lego, but it's Lego in a loose baggie. So I just told you, I don't know what I think about when I look at Legos. Or I look at them and I think if it's in a box, maybe it's something that I really should be considering doing. But if you saw something that was like that in a baggie, would you even consider looking at that sort of thing with that? So I got a... I'm sorry that you don't have a baggie wall. I am terribly sorry. I don't mean to brag about our baggie walls. I'm happy we have them because I do know that there are some areas that don't have them. Holly says thrift it. Diane says throw it. Greg says we have the best baggie wall. Probably not. Probably yes. So we're at like at a 50-50 split on this. So the challenge, Adrian says, thrift looks like Star Wars or space theme. Thrift from Kevin, throw from Joel, thrift from Donna. So you can see, again, it's one of those things that when you're looking at this, it's all over the map. Everybody's like, well, I do this, I do that. So again, that's why we always say you wouldn't have a clue what it is. Lisa would probably, but well, here's the thing. This is what I did, and I'm going to show you because I looked at that, and the first thing I thought of is exactly what Adrian said, which was it looked Star Wars or space themed. So what I did with this, not having a clue, was I went and opened my phone and I Google lensed it. So there's me taking a picture of that item in with a Google lens, and I could scroll down here and see this is the Alien Avenger 6975. Alien Avenger. So I'm seeing these things in here, and it looks like, but I can tell that's the parts. You can see the image of, you recall, those are the pieces that we were looking at. So now that I've done that, I can go back to, now that I've used the Google Lens, I can go back to my actual thing and pop in here and say, okay, so now that I know that it is that, I'm going to click into here. And what did I say it was again? It's the Lego Alien Avenger 6975. So 6975 Alien Avenger. And again, in this case, 43 results. But look at these sealed results. 255, 190 for, and some, these are loose. These are open ones, 110. Even this one here, $99 with all figures. So I thought, should I look at something like this compared to the other one? Like, those are the figures themselves. Now, I can't tell from the baggie if there are figures inside it, but what would you do? Where'd it go with this? Would you, I don't know, where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. What would you do with this? Would you thrift it or would you throw it? So that's, again, that looking at that and seeing it through Google Lens helps to probably make a decision that at least you can research a little more on. In this case, the space side of things, when you go, I got to look at this. But I don't really know what's in all of that. So thrift it or throw it. You were at a bit of a 50-50 split on whether we would thrift it or throw it. Well, what did we do? Yeah, I had to get this. I had to get this one just because of exactly what I showed you on there. It doesn't look like there's any figures inside the bag, from what I can see. And in fact, the bag had popped open with that thing out there. But I kind of badly looked at it and went, okay, can I make a circle? Can I make a UFO? Well, there's one half of it there. Oh, look, there's another piece of it there. Oh, look, there's another piece of it like here. So it's like there. So yes, I think I can actually make the UFO. It has the decals on it, which I think are actually really good, or the paint on it. So I think, again, it might be something I want to part out. But again, what grabbed me on this was just looking at that baggie wall. And once again, when I see it on the baggie wall and see it sort of flash before my eyes, this is what caught my attention again. There's a baggie wall. There's Lego Friends you can see down in the bottom corner. But that's what caught my attention. It happened to be the very end of a baggie list. So I was like, oh, guess I should probably take a look at this. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to flip one that, even parting that one out for pieces is probably something that I'm going to consider doing. Next on our list. There's another little video.
Sorry, Craig. Before you start playing that, just a quick heads up. There is a Lego site called BrickLink. And on bricklink.com, you can look up the Lego sets. And sometimes it will show you the catalog. It'll tell you the number of pieces or parts that are in it and the number of minifigures that are supposed to be in it. So just as an FYI, it's always useful when you're dealing with Lego to consider looking at BrickLink.
Oh, okay.
I found this just quickly while you were chatting.
Yeah, and actually you can also use, I don't think all 351 parts are there, but at least I can also use that to define what I've got in there. So
yeah, sorry, I
didn't see the ViewMaster. I know Lisa made the comment about the ViewMaster. I did not see that one either. So I'd have to go back to where's that image. Let's see. Let's go back to here and see where it is. Let's see if we can find the ViewMaster that they're talking about. I don't see it yet. Oh, if you mean that red ViewMaster, I wouldn't have even looked at that. I wouldn't have bothered with that ViewMaster. The ViewMaster players are really not worth money from what we found. Yeah. Next one. Here we go. This is always talk to you about going into the plate sections, looking at things that might look a little bit different. So I saw the scripture on this, and actually this is going so soon I wouldn't hear of it. It's a Wicked Witch of the West plate. And I turned it over, looked at it, and then it's got a big chip right down in that corner. You can see that right there, right down in that edge. There's a big chip. It's Hallmark. It's maybe a little bit clearer there. It's Hallmark, made for Hallmark, dishwasher safe. The price on it again was $3.99. And it was, again, Wicked Witch of the West platter that just says where my little party's just beginning. So let me know what you think about the Wicked Witch of the West plate. Is that something that you would actually pick up for $4, even with a chip on it? That because it's a lot of times people look at these kind of things, and when you're thinking about it, is it something that is something that could be good, but it's got a chip, so it's time for me to just say I'm not going to bother with it at all because there's a chip on it. Although we have sold a lot of stuff over the past little while that's been broken or chipped or something like that, and actually has had good money pulling in against it. So let me see, what does the chip come with? No.
Much to my chagrin.
The market is not oversaturated. Tina skips chips. Nelly skips chips. The pattern looks boring. Chip is on the back, so it's okay. So let's throw it. I know that Diana would buy it and never sell it. Heather wouldn't buy it with a chip. Look it up. The chip could be a deal breaker. Thrift. So this seems to be more in around the neighborhood of the we're in the about 70% or throw it because of the chip, and 30% of you are saying, yeah, still risk it. So what did we do? Come to my party. We picked it up. And part of the reason being, it's actually the exact comment that Sherry made. The top of it has absolutely nothing wrong with it. There's no chips anywhere to that. The only chip is down here. That's visible down here. Now, if you happen to be a Wizard of Oz fanatic, this would be a great little key plate or anything along those lines for you to use at your front door. It is something that's different. I know that it looks smaller now. Yeah, that's the size of it. It's only about 8 inches. Sherry goes, I know what I'm talking about. Girl, obviously you know what we talk about too. So yeah, this is this is something we thought we had to pick up for the $4. I think in essence what I ended up doing with this was probably found another $2 item and used a $2 coupon, so it probably cost us about $3 US. Now I'm trying to figure out, and this is actually something that Rick should be doing just in case, because he always forgets he's supposed to, is looking up the items when I'm talking about them so that we can flip to an actual eBay page.
You didn't talk to me about this at all.
I did before. I did.
Okay.
I did.
Maybe by next year we'll get this down.
Maybe sometime in, yeah. So if I go on to here, I know when I did try and look it up, I actually think I had to even Google it to get the image of it. So let me just do that right now with my phone. I'm going to Google this and see if I can get it to pick up. And not picking it up yet. I know nobody can see me doing it right now because they're looking at the Google page.
Well, Lisa makes an interesting point. In Her Value Village, they give a discount if damaged items are not marked as is.
Oh.
Probably because there are occasions where individuals actually damage things that are out on the shelves. So that's why if it's priced as is, they've noticed the damage and factored it into the price. At least that's
there it is. There, I found one. So Wicked Witch Hallmark dish. There is one of them right here. And this one is currently live and it is up for $25. And on solds, there are probably none unsold. So I thought, again, it's maybe not a big moneymaker on this one, but it was something I thought was worth the while to take an investment on because I will probably post this at about $20. And I think that it'll probably go. I'm pretty sure it will. And if not, hey, Diana, guess what you're getting for your birthday? Next on our list is this, also from one, not the toy baggy wall, but another baggy wall. This is a bag of Christmas ornaments, and they're what's called putz houses. So basically, they are little plastic houses, or sometimes they're made out of paper. These happen to be made out of plastic, and you stick the light in behind them, the Christmas light in behind them, so that they light up. Hard to get, so you can see right there, there's actually the picture where you would stick the hole in that sort of thing. So they are, yes, they aren't putts, but they are putts. They're not really, oh, it's Alpine Village. We still consider them putts. Thrift all day long. Thrift the houses. Thrift it. You have some listed. You have some listed right now. List it. Thrift it. Thrift it. Thrift it. So everybody on here has got, oh, this is like Thrift it. There's a lot in the bag. So I think that there is, let's see if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 in the bag, and the bag was $5 for the 10 of them. Heather says, I've heard they do well, never actually saw a putz house. Sherry has a bag of the paper ones, marked Germany. Yeah, so I didn't know they were called putz houses literally until a couple of years ago when I had some that I had to list. And mine actually were like the Alpine Village, and they were in the box. And they were the cardboard kind, not the plastic kind. And so I was looking them up, trying to figure out how do I describe these? And finally, I didn't know how to use Google Images at that point. So I was just guessing at all sorts of different keyword searches and finally found something that looked like it, thanks to a group that was, I can't remember the name now. It's a Facebook group that's all about Christmas. It's Ginny Lorette's group, but it's changed its name a couple of times. So that's what I looked at and thought, oh, this is the kind of thing that I have to get. or name, and I mean, in terms of that. But did I pick this up? Did I thrift this, Putz? No. What? What? Everybody said thrift it. What? Why didn't you get it? How could you pass that up? It was for you just bought a broken plate. Why did? Well, I'll tell you why. The main reason I didn't thrift it is because when I did look up these, they were plastic. They were completely plastic, and they actually looked like a very cheap plastic. So I'm not. I know you can't view that from it, but from when I was looking them, I looked at them, and you can't really see from this on it, but on this one, you can sort of see on this, even the plastic there, you could sort of see was the paint kind of looks a bit faded. It looks a little bit on the cheaper side. And what I can tell you is when I've tried to sell some of ours, we've actually had no interest in them at all. So this to me was a $10 to $14 item. And I decided that it wasn't worth the type. Now, Idiot House? I don't know. Putz. Ah, idiot Putz. Yes, that's what I get it. I get it. Yay. I didn't see that it said where it was from. And yes, you can find ones that are paper and marked Germany and things like that. And again, if I do a little quick look into here, just for everybody to see, because I see Rick still hasn't helped me with anything that we're talking about here on his end. He's just sitting there.
I'm
I can see him.
The show.
I can see him sitting there in the other video, and he's doing nothing. And I keep looking at. I can see his screen down below. So take a look at this. This is $395 for these kind of Putz houses. These are cardboard ones. They got $340 bid on these from Fayetteville, and you'll be able to see a little bit of the difference on these. You can see there's Alpine Village ones in the box for $28. But there's some others here. But you can take a look and see these look a lot different. These look like they're cardboard. So it's something that's a lot. You can distinctly tell the difference between the two of them. So yes, I don't know what he's doing. If he is, he's napping downstairs. You're not playing at all.
Sorry.
Let's see if he can get the next one. Shall we, kids?
Hey, honey, it would be useful if you said, Rick, can you look this up as a prompt? At least until I get used to it. Help me out. Help me out, bro.
Next on our list is when you find things, especially that are sort of iconic things to think about, is here's one that we thought, well, what's this? This looks interesting because mugs can make money. Yeah. Yes, it is. He knows. He's just pretending he doesn't know. And this is in the mug section. We actually just sold a couple of mugs we bought for 99 cents and sold them for $18.50, $20 a piece. So made okay money, as long as you're making sure that you've got the right amount as you're shipping. That's the key. This was another one we saw, and it was the 100th anniversary of the Titanic. It was from 1912. And it was a 100th anniversary tall coffee mug. Now, it was in great shape, clean, everything, no chips or cracks to it. I would point those out if we were doing that. And it was $5.99. Now, that's a bit steep for a mug. Yeah, Heather said it just as I said it. It's $6 is a bit cheap for a mug. Sherry's saying throw it. But is this something that you would consider? And again, part of it is, I think a lot of people look at something like that and they go, oh, Titanic, grab it. Like you have to grab it. It's Titanic. You have to grab it. It's Lego. You have to grab it. It's a Putz house. You don't have to grab them, but you have to look up what's comfortable for you to sell. So, hello, Carl. I just saw Carl there. Where'd he go? I just saw him and he's gone. Throw, too expensive. Thrift. Some places they are. Titanic, Adrian's, maybe not. Throw. Way too much Titanic out there. Well, I would say that, Lisa, about Queen Elizabeth stuff, but you seem to do really well with Queen Elizabeth. So whether this is something that would be worth picking up, You don't have to grab it. It's probably mass produced. They still have a gift shop. It's not worth a darn thing. That has one. Without Jack or Rose, just toss it. So what did we do? Yeah, we didn't let it get on the raft. We said no.
Oh, hey, looky here.
Oh my goodness! Why, Rick? Thank you for doing that. What made you even think about doing that? I didn't have to prompt you. But yeah, folks, this is why. This is actually sold item and it's $12. So, and they had to go down with 35%, and it was $10 shipping on an item like that as well. So that's where you have to watch it, because it is something that is heavier. Bigger mugs are heavier. And so at $6, it wasn't worth trying to make $2 or $3 on. Now you're getting praised by everybody. Yay, Rick. Yay, Rick. Now Rick's doing what he should be doing. A few of the things in today's thing are toy related. Sometimes other things are pop culture related. This is a combination of both. What would you do if you saw this? This is from the movie Dodgeball. These are kind of like Pop Funko figures or Funko Pop figures or bobbleheads or things along those lines. Pardon me. They are called vinyl idols. They are about 8 or 9 inches tall. And this happens to be 2 of the characters from the movie Dodgeball. It didn't actually come out when Dodgeball came out. It actually came out, these came out many years after Dodgeball. So it is White Goodman, which was Ben Stiller's character, and Peter LaFleur, which I think was Vince Vaughn. It might have been Vince Vaughn's character. So they had them at $12.99 a piece. And let's see, we got a throw it, thrift them, scan the UPC code. Well, yeah, we would do that. Donna says, I would pass those throw it, thrifty figures, because I have good luck with them. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge well. Elisa just sold one of Shaun of the Dead for good money. Let's see, toss. Heather would not even look at them. Value Village has got crazy with their pricing, $12.99. Again, sometimes they go crazy with pricing, sometimes they're not. Like sometimes you feel like a nut. I don't know who prices them. But I at this exact Value Village, I can tell you, Kevin, at this exact Value Village, this is my Value Village, the one that's 2 blocks from my house. We have got amazing stuff, really, really well priced at it. I've actually picked up Pop Funkos or Funko Pops. I always flip the names back and forth. They price them at $5.99. And actually, if you look at the picture, you'll see right behind the picture, they actually, in the back corner here, you can just see a little bit. They had some hockey starting lineup figures and things like that there as well. They had them in this one section, and that's where I actually picked up some Funko Pops the week beforehand. So throw it, too cheap. Shaun of the Dead, you would have bought $22 for Shaun of the Dead, not great. So what did we do with these? Did we thrift them or throw them? We dodged that ball. Because, yeah, it's, I said, at least 4 unsold at 99 cents. These had a short period of time where they were doing okay as a resale item, a very short period of time for about a year or so. Then they hit a ton of clearance places. So we actually saw them on clearance here and saw them on clearance in the States. And they were down at like the Bob's Big Clearance kind of thing, Ollie's, Big Lots, places like that. And they were selling down there for $2.99 and $3.99. So there are people who bought a ton of them and couldn't get rid of them. We did have actually the Shaun of the Dead characters. We sold that way back when, a number of years back for good money. But in this case, it didn't really make sense to pick any of them up. Did Rick look it up?
I did. Of course, I looked it up. For the White Goodman, there are a handful of active listings. But when you go into sold in Terapeak, no solds for 365 days. And it's the same deal for Peter LaFleur.
Try Dodgeball without the space between it and take off the name.
Just Dodgeball.
Dodgeball and Vinyl Idols, yeah.
Okay.
So that's just something, again, one of the things that
I was looking for the example.
Ta-da!
There we go.
So look at the average listing price is $4, but very few have sold.
Oh, look, something sold $240.
Yeah, so if you sort them, average sold prices, it was a walking dead dodgeball ghost back to a whole thing. And at one point, I believe they maybe even come out with some vinyl items for Comic-Con too. So,
Okay.
Spirit fingers. Sorry. Next on our list, we're in the toy section, and every once in a while you can come up with stuff that it looks interesting. And this was something that we found, which was, oh, that's us on top of each other. That doesn't look good. There, this is an Oneida plastic children's tea set. So it is like a full, let's see if I go down here, a full tea set. You can't see it because of the shine on the picture, with spoons and cups and saucers and everything in there. So cups, saucers. Now, the price on it was $9.99. So it was $9.99. It is brand new in the box, never been played with. All the parts were there. If I could figure out how to, it was interesting because obviously it's upside down in the package. So I don't know whether it got slid out there and slid back in upside down. But the tea set tray and all those sort of things are there. So what do we got here? Throw the Oneida, thrift it, throw it, leave it, thrift, throw. So we're about a 70% on this one on the throw it side of things. Joel is throw. So about 70%, 30% are thrift. So here's what we did with this. We, ta-da! Jazz hands! I guess that's what I'm supposed to do, right? Ta-da! There's nothing in my hand. Now, here's the challenge with it, though. Lane is torn. I actually thought about getting it. And the reason that I thought about getting it was I looked up something that Rick is obviously not.
I couldn't find anything similar.
Tab when you're doing that.
Yeah?
Don't go to tab 1, go to tab 2. Right? See the tabs go like that and like that.
Okay.
So that's better for viewing.
I didn't touch those. It just automatically went to that layout.
So I did look up this Oneida tea set, and I found that somebody had actually sold just the when I did the let's see, children's. There is a limited children's tea set that sold for $35. There is pieces from a set that sold for a little bit. And I actually saw just the tea set and tray, like the teapot and tray, and they sold for $17, $18. So for $9.99.
Here?
I thought about getting it for $9.99. I really did think about it for $9.99, but I didn't because it was very large. And here's something that Rick's going to talk to you about with regard to things that are very large. Rick?
Oh, geez. You keep doing this to me. Okay. Basically, I was reading through some message boards on eBay and found that there was a big hullabaloo over the USPS adding surcharges for larger packages. So let me just show you what's going on. eBay has actually put an announcement out about the rate changes that are effective April 3rd, 2022. So if you're in the States or if you're using a cross-border shipper, you have to pay attention to the size of the packages that you're sending because they could trigger surcharges. Basically, on April 3rd, there are going to be some fees that will be applied for packages that are non-standard. So here are the 3 bullet points. For packages that let me zoom in a bit. Whoop. Sorry, wrong screen. Okay, zoom in. Craig does this. There we go. So for additional fees will apply when the dimensions exceed sort specifications and require manual sorting. So they'll apply to retail ground, priority, priority mail express, parcel select, and first class. So basically any way that you can send it through USPS. Packages that exceed 22 inches but are not greater than 30 inches in length add $4 per package. That is going to be basically any one dimension of a package. If it's over 22 inches, it's going to ding you an extra $4 for that package. If a package exceeds 30 inches in length, it's going to be $15 that's going to be applied to that package. And if it's greater than 2 cubic feet, it's going to be another $15. And there's a note here about a maximum of 2 non-standard fees being assessed for a package. It could actually be that if something is 30 inches in length, over 30 inches in length on one side and exceeds 2 cubic feet, it could put a $30 surcharge, which is awful. The second point here, dimensional non-compliance fees, they're going to apply an additional $1.50 for packages that are more than 1 cubic foot for ground, priority, priority mail express, and parcel select ground when the dimensions are either inaccurate or not provided. So if you ship larger things, you have to be very careful with having accurate measurements and recognizing whether these surcharges are going to kick in. On eBay itself, they are saying that the shipping calculator will factor in these charges. And also, if you use calculated shipping, it will factor in those charges for your buyers. But in the message board that I reviewed, basically, there were people screaming that it was going to kill their business. All of the dudes that sell golf clubs are screaming that it's killing their business. They're trying to get rid of all of their bigger stock or stock that would incur these surcharges before the April 3rd imposition of the charges. So just
Yeah.
something to be aware of.
Yeah, and as Lisa said, Canada Post has increased their fuel surcharges as well. They're doing it monthly now. So it's just one of the things to keep in mind as a reseller. Make sure you're looking at your items, looking at things you have on your listings, especially if you have things that are large on your listings. We actually were talking about something the other day in the garage on the weekend, and I said to Rick, "Oh, well, we should probably think about shipping this." And he said, "Oh no, that because it was it was just an empty box." And I thought, we should keep this box. It's a great size box in case we have like something like a golf club to ship. And Rick said, "Oh no, it'll cost us an extra like $15 or something if it's over 30 inches." And I was like, "I thought it was like cubic, 12 by 12 by 12 or under." And he was like, "It was, but now." So keep that in mind, folks, when you're looking at there. You may have to find other ways to get rid of things. It may be Facebook Marketplace. It may be a local auction place like a Max Sold. So we're going to keep our larger items in Max Sold. If you have a booth at a mall, that might be an option for you as well. Or taking a table at a local flea market kind of thing like Lisa does. She just did one, I think, last weekend as well. So just keep that in mind so you don't end up paying through the nose for something. Or if you're going to be doing it, make sure it's items that aren't board games that are like $10 board games or $15 board games.
There was some discussion in the eBay groups. I'm sure you could find discussions elsewhere that the large flat rate shipping boxes for board games, that you're paying the flat rate, so the surcharge should not be triggered on those. That is what is being suggested. I'm not saying that's true,
Right.
but it would be something to investigate. I believe they also eliminating the large board game flat
No,
rate.
that was just a stock thing. They are eliminating it completely. So that's probably one of the reasons.
That might be what's tied to this particular thing. Anyways.
Yeah. So, okay. So from the bad news to some maybe good news. Who knows? Did we thrift this or did we throw it? This is our next item. So this is our figurine section. We have a lot of our Value Villages have this front section that's filled with every kind of figurine there is under the sun. This is from Echo Unlimited. It is just a bobblehead doll, $8.99, and you can see it there. So it's a bobblehead that has. Now I will tell you again, there is a tiny little. You can see a little bit of the white right here on the tip of the rhino horn. There is a tiny little bit of a scuff or chip on that. So it is, as I said, let's see, it goes for $8.99. I'm not sure if you can see the chip on the nose a little better. I don't think so. With the way I picked it up on the picture. No, you can't really see it. But Echo Unlimited is a clothing manufacturer. It's actually, for me personally, it's one of my favorite clothing designers because they make clothes that fit people like me, the big girl clothing. So I used to go down to Florida to the outlet mall when we go to Disney, and I would go to the Echo store because it was amazing stuff. It would be, their 3Xs were really 3Xs. They weren't like 2Xs and making me feel like it was a sausage stuffed into like some little thing. So, I love Echo. So, but this is their mascot. It's the rhino. So we got a throw, too expensive. Throw, chips and scuffs are not good, and the price is too high. Throw the rhino. Thrifted, says Lane. Discounter says, there you go. Sorry. Paint chip, disclose. Nope. Echo sucks. Nope. Well, for me, throw. I don't even know how it sells as a clothing item. I just know that for me, it's great size clothing. Everybody's pretty well. We only got a couple of thrifts in there. Throw. So it's like Lane says thrift, and who else said thrift? And Angelique is thrift. So we got two, and then we got toss it, put it next to a Barbie and a Ken, sell it as the Jungle Cruise, throw it. Miguel says smash it. What did we do for it? Here he is. Yeah, we picked it up. There he is with his $8.99 price tag on him. It's falling off, but I'll just pop that off him right now. So why would we possibly think about doing something like this? And here is, actually, it doesn't look like it's chipped on there. I thought it was, but it's not. I'm looking at, let me get him into a big picture here. There's no little tiny speck on his there. It's just like rubbed. It's not chipped. And there is some rubs down here, though, on the unlimited side of things, and a little bit of chipping actually down here, which I originally didn't notice. You can see the little chips of the paint. Big chip on the back there, but I don't know if anybody's going to see that. So why would we possibly look at doing something like this and listing or looking at buying this? Well, first of all, we used a $2 coupon, so instead of costing $8.99, it actually cost us $6.99 or $7. So $6 or $7. It is a heavy bugger. That's one thing for sure. And yeah, we will actually do that with a gray marker just to make sure those a couple little things are hidden. But this is the reason that we ended up doing it, is because if you search for this, and we've had this actually it was supposed to be in last month's Thrifter to Throw It, so it's been a little while, but this is one that we saw listed at $298.36. We actually did find a couple. We sold some. Yay, cha-ching. We actually also on Terapeak found, there's one right there, and this one actually sold June 21st of 2021 for $112, and another one sold for $99. So it actually, and I actually did find them, and I can't remember. I have to go back to what the search is for them, but I did find 3 of these actually listed, and 2 of them had actually sold, I think, in the $200 mark. So yeah, it was worth it for us, even if it's not perfect. Get out. Okay, I guess. Sorry. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's sellable. We think it's sellable. So if somebody wants one of these, just like, remember, we sold Frozen Jim Shore with an Olaf with a broken head that we bought for $4. It sold for $55 last month.
It was missing.
It was missing Olaf's head. There. It was missing Olaf. He was scared.
I didn't really pop in and make a comment and leave.
Yeah, but Stop popping in that way. You scare me.
It does that automatically.
You click the button. Don't you have the buttons below?
I do, but
Well, that's where you're supposed to click.
okay.
It's so nice having you on our show for the first time, Rick. Learning how to use
Oh, I'm finally paying attention to some of the stuff.
I knew he was too cool. Joel said, shut the front door. Mind blown. Yep, see? And prison underwear. I can sell it. Well, I hope I can sell anything. Well, Sherry sold the duck with a broken tail and a missing eyeball for $54. Yep, it's actually the kind of thing that Angelique said. I knew he was special. And that's just it.
Thank you, Angelique. I am.
No, not Rick. I think she's talking about the rhino. She's not talking about you. I don't think she's talking about you.
Well,
let's see, where are we at 56 now? Let's see, go to 2 more we'll do here. And these are both in the toy under. Yes, if you didn't know, Elisa, we had picked up in the States 2.5 years ago at a thrift store an upstate New York prison-made vintage Y-front men's underwear. And we picked up about 100+ pairs of the underwear for I think it was less than 99 cents a pair of underwear, and we've been selling them for $14 to $20 a pair of underwear right now. There's our listing right now. I did mark them down recently, down to $12.99 to see if we could do some more, but we got great listings. We have good watchers on them. That's our prison underwear. So yes, we'll sell it. Let me see. Next we go back into here, and the next 2 are both in toys, and then I got one really cute thing for you to see at the end from our trip again to Niagara. So I'm starting with Niagara and I'm ending with Niagara. Here is the next item that we have up. Thrift it or throw it. This was in a glass case inside a Value Village, and it was a Value Village I don't normally go to. This is a train set, the Rock Island train set. Now, it was $70. So it was real. It was what they had priced it, and as there you can see, it actually says sold as is, and that's because there's no way to really test it. It looked, again, from my standpoint, I look at this and I go, "Oh my goodness, this is old. This is an old toy, probably 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s toy. This is real. When they made real toys, when they made toys for boys and girls if they wanted to play with trains, but." Not me. I wanted to play with Barbies. So this is the Rock Island train, and it is a good size too. Like that box is a normal size box. So I think that the actual thing was like a good 12 to 14 inch long. They are both Rock Island 2000. I think this one's missing what looks like the front wheels. They might be behind here. I'm not sure. So what do we got here? Throw because I don't want to deal with it. Thrift it. Thrift it. Thrift it. Throw it. Bob likes his trains. Can't do it for 70. Throw it. Rock Lobster. I don't know. Thrift it. Throw it. Well, what did we do with that? Jazz hands. We threw it. Yeah, it was actually because we couldn't test it. They go for about $60, $70, and I guess that's where this store happened to pull the numbers from. As you can see there, they're $60, $70, $80. Throw it. Too much for that one. Looks new, not vintage. It actually was vintage, but it was just way, way too expensive. Thanks for popping in, Tina. And we got one more that I wanted to show you, which is this one here. And this was our last video before I show you the fun thing. And this is this. There we go. This is baby Brontosaurus. I don't know if I can get this to be bigger on the screen. I don't think I can. There we go. So this was in the plush section of just toys in general. So I saw this baby Brontosaurus in the box. It was $3.99. It's by a company called Awaya, Iwaya, Awaya. And it's a furry Brontosaurus. And I got a still of it there that's a little blurry, but so it's a baby Bronto. So it's one of those like remote control, or not remote, battery powered things that you can get there. So I don't know who Owen is. Cute. Yes, I am. Thank you. Thrift. Oh, he's cute. Thrift for Etsy. Very cute for Etsy. So a lot of you are saying thrift, it's cute. Thrift and sale, thrift, buy the dinosaur because it's cute. It's $3.99. So yeah, so the baby, there's the price right there, $3.99. Elisa, sorry. Thrift. Assume it's older and thrift. And one throw. Miguel is our one throw. And what did we do with the baby dino? Oh, that's what it looks like. Dollar store toys. It kind of does look like dollar store toys. What did we do with this? We bought the baby Bronto. Now, here's the things that you're going to want to look out for, because this is something. If you see this name, Awea. Awea is a manufacturer that is from the 70s and 80s. And this baby Bronto, I didn't get a chance to be able to show you, but he actually was dead mint inside. He actually had never been out of the box from what we could see, never been played with. And here he comes right now. So here he is with his little tongue sticking out, his tag still on him. He walks, his head moves up and down, and I think yeah, he gets a little strange. That's the only thing, is his head is a little flippy. Yeah, he has a floppy neck. But he is in perfect shape, and it'd be great for somebody to have on display as well, if somebody is a collector of that sort of thing. The problem with him, and I'll tell you what it was, when we picked him up out of the box, someone had stored him incorrectly in the box. So he should have been stored with his head down this way, and they'd stored him with his head pushed back. So we're actually trying to train it. It's a plastic rubber tube in here. It's just a little phallic, I guess. Brian, if that's the way you want to go, we'll put him this way instead, so you can see him this way. And his roar is quite cute. Rick's roar does not sound like that at all in the mornings. I can't figure out where the button is underneath it. Where's your button? Here. So what we're trying to do is, again, train him to be better in the box so that his head will actually stay fixed that way. But here's the killer when you think about Awea. Of course, Rick, you did not look the whole time I'm talking.
I couldn't find anything.
Whole time. The last one that I needed.
I couldn't find anything. It says nothing. No results in sold or active. You look it up, Mr. Juju.
What? You want me to look this up? Awea dinosaur?
Yes.
The one that shows 5 right away. Huh?
That's why I thought it was A. Okay. Never mind.
There's the Awea dinosaur, and here's the thing about the Awea dinosaur. That's $169, $75 for a loose one, and sold $99, $124, and $75. So keep your eyes open for that, though. Just any of those Awea, because it's a good brand to look out for. When we actually purchased this, we also purchased a little green piggy. The piggy's not worth as much. It walks and snorts. We actually have a pink piggy literally from the 80s that I used to have at my office. So now we got a little green piggy. It was $2.99, but for $3.99, this was, you just bought the Triceratops. We scrolled by. Oh, really? You brought that Triceratops? Oops, that one? You just bought. And again, it's cute. So 1990 is when they're from. Later we tempted to keep it. Yeah, it is something that's tempting to keep. It is tempting to keep. So those are the things that we were looking at from our Thrift and Throw It. I do want to show you one other thing, which I thought was cute. Joel saw this when we found it. We were out at the thrift, and we saw this thing in the store that was like, what the heck is this? And just go here for a second. I got to get the thing queued up. There's the video. So it is this box, and it was $4.99, and it's like really bright gold with a box. Now I'm going to show you what's in it, but the interesting thing is I just want to show you this little video that Rick did. We sort of pulled a little Julia Roberts from Pretty Woman in there when we were there, because this is what he did. Thanks to Joel for filming that. This is a really, really bizarre box, because here's the box, but this is what's inside it. Now, what is that? Well, this is just one of the weirdest things. And yes, we had to buy this. This is filled with these lovely things. Oh, what? Oh, I'm going to lose one. But do I care? First of all, they're plastic, literally light plastic. The thing that's weird about them is look what's on the back of them. This is the patented product for counterfeiting. The patented product for counterfeiting. Why? First of all, why would anybody want to? So the idea that they actually have a patented product for counterfeiting, it doesn't even say for the patented product counterfeiting. It was just such a bizarre thing that we figured we had to buy this for our Thrift Hall of Fail, which is where it's going. And then when we had it, because it was like, oh, I can't resist for $5. And then when Rick, just to be able to film our little Pretty Woman thing, there we go. We got this lovely thing. Now, this will probably go in a max sold and see what happens if we get our $5 back. Who knows? But every once in a while, I do have to buy some of that absolutely silly stuff. Actually, I guess I could sell the box too. To put anything in it. I don't know if it's a movie. I don't even know what it is. But yes, it was less, as Rick said. If it's less than a latte, it's got to be Latte. Well, we had to buy that one. And again, it was part of our little trip, so we got that as a memory from our trip. Add you to the stream. So thank you so much. Hopefully you had a little bit of fun. As you saw in here, there's stuff that we said no to that you guys all said yes to. There's stuff you guys said yes to that we said no to. And there's stuff that we were 50-50, 70-30, 30-70, all the way through. So remember, when you're thrifting, just because you don't think you've done the right thing, or when you think you've done the right thing, it doesn't mean that everybody else is going to do it. And that's the great thing about reselling. We all have different tacks that we take. We all go after different things a lot of the time. And so it allows for all of us to compete in the same market. We're all in different parts of the country, in Canada and the US. So somebody might see a dinosaur where they are, and they might have passed it by before, and now you know it could be $100. Somebody might see that Echo Rhino, and even if it's got a chip on it, they might think, wait a second, isn't that the rhino Craig was telling me about? Well, there's only 3 of them listed. Oh, well, that's something you should probably get. But yes, thumbs up, please. And when you're thrifting, don't throw things. Try not to. Try your best not to.
That's the best part.
But thank you again for watching us here on our Tuesday night. We'll be back next Tuesday. Have no idea what the topic is going to be next Tuesday, and we may be here on Sunday doing a listing show. We're unsure because we qualified for a slot tournament at our local casino, and we think we qualified, and we'll find out later this week if we did. And if we did qualify, the slot tournament is actually on Sunday afternoon, so we won't be able to have our listing show, but we will be back on Tuesday, and keep an eye out. I think we might have a WOOF coming up this week. To those of you who are in the Kennel Club, thank you very much. And we'll also keep posting to our Instagram and Twitter, or Instagram and our TikTok feeds, and we'll try and post a couple more shorts this week if we can. And Rick, we'll do a summary of what Rick was just talking about, the surcharges, as a short that we'll put onto our YouTube channel as well. Thanks so much. To everyone for joining us here on Tuesday. Thank you, Rick, for looking up 2 of the 15 things that we showed today.
I'm going to need the list of things before we go so I can do my search in advance.
No, you're Doug sitting because we want to have Doug go to see overnight to you before he goes to the States. That's all. But happy Tuesday, everyone. We'll see you very soon back here on the Hall Pass. Woof. Bad dog out of here.
Good
Good
dog.
dog.
No,
Not under the
I
bus. You is
crawled
under
out
the bus.
I
You
crawled
under
out from under the bus.
crawling out from under the bus.